Hello, my name is Leon John, and I'm a singer-songwriter, a producer, and a performer. I don't think I'd switch with anyone, to be quite honest. It's too stressful, you know? The fear of the unknown. What if I switch lives and for the day I'm like, I don't know, yeah, no, I think I'm okay with my life. I know what I know. The best compliment, oh, you smell really good. Yeah, that's always a good compliment. I can't live without my in-ears. I can't live without my laptop. And I think, what's the third thing? Without my lip balm, my lip therapy. I think that's three. The power of being still. In bed, asleep, preferably the whole day if possible. Yeah, doing nothing, literally staring at my walls. This garlic sauce that I made yesterday is called toum. It's Lebanese. I think that's the best thing. It's incredible. Little garlic, some lemon, some oil, and some salt. Literally life-changing. My album, which maybe by the time that this comes out will already be out, hopefully, fingers crossed. I have this consistent dream that I'm standing at my mother's gate and I can see over the horizon and it's dark and it's, you know, the sky is red and there are crows flying all around the house. And I rush and I'm at the gate, which is odd enough within and of itself because my mother's usually there to greet me, but this time around she's not there. And I run into the house because I just have this feeling that something is wrong. Something is wrong, the world is about to end. I go inside and I find my mother sitting on the couch. I'm like, Mom, the world is ending. We need to get ready. We need to prepare. Oh my God. And she just looks at me and she just thinks, oh, okay, what are you talking about? And she just goes about her day. I go into the next room. I look for my brother. I try to convince him that the world is coming to an end. I go to my dad. The more I try to convince people that the world is ending and the apocalypse is here, the more my voice fades, right? And I think that's the kind of the perfect analogy for why it is that I am a singer, number one, and I'm a songwriter, number two, because I have this persistent worry and this fear that perhaps if I just use my words like I'm using now, people can't hear me, right? That they can't see the trouble and the pain and the world-ending crises that are happening in my life. So maybe if I sing it, maybe if I use my voice and the vibrations in my voice will convince you that like I'm feeling a certain way or I'm going through a certain thing. So that's my relationship to music. It's very, very personal. I mean, everybody's gonna say it's very personal, but like it's personal to me in that way. I just think it just came to me on its own, to be quite honest. Like as an African, it's very difficult to pinpoint exactly where it is my interactions with music are because music plays a very pivotal part of all of our lives at every which point. It doesn't matter, it's a wedding, it's a funeral, people are just sitting at home, music was always around me. And very different sorts of music as well, right? My stepmother was a broadcast journalist for a very long time, so she used to always come with all of these very interesting Pan-African musicians. My dad was a huge fan of Oliver Mtukudzi and kind of legacy artists of that sort. But then on the other end of the spectrum, my mother was a big pop fan and still is a big pop music fan. Kind of the first time that I ever heard a Christina Aguilera record or an Alicia Keys record or like Maroon 5 even, that was through my mother. So through osmosis, really, it just arrived and I just went with it, really. And I just also don't think I'm good for anything else, you know? And it's not necessarily that even I came to music, but rather that it came to me. Because some part of it has to be fated, right? Some part of it has to be like, oh, this is what I was always meant to do and this is what I'm good for, you know? Because I could be doing anything else. I could be a lawyer. It'd probably be much easier for me to be like a lawyer, an accountant or something, but here I am. That means something, surely. to relieve myself of the pressures of existence, right? This idea that I don't know. As a child, I used to have this thing of thinking, I wonder if the same red that I see is the same red that you see. What if I'm seeing blue and you're seeing red, but we're both calling it red? Do you know? And so I just write and I sing from a point of just wanting to understand that you can see this too, right? Like you can see the hurt, the this, the that, right? It's not just me going crazy in my own head that like my blue is your blue and your red really is red at the same time. When I taste sugar, it's the same taste as your sugar. So you're not tasting salt and I'm tasting something else. I think that's the place where it comes from really. And it's, just so I don't feel crazy. So I don't gaslight myself into thinking my feelings and my emotions are like, I don't know, making them up or something. You externalize it. So somebody can be like, me too, something. It's more considered and it's more technical. The older I've grown, the longer I've kind of been working as an artist, the more I've kind of learned, the more I've taken on, the more I can apply that into my own person, my own work. I'm not guessing as much anymore. I'm not just figuring things out as I go along. I'm more very specific and I'm like, and I can communicate and articulate my needs and my desires better, which streamlines and gives me more space to be able to just not worry as much about, does this make sense or does that make sense or, so that I certainly really do appreciate. And I'm more, I don't want to use the word confident because that's a weird word, but I'm more certain in my own skill, in my own power, in my own artistry. And I personally love artists that are self-contained, right? I think I'm becoming more and more self-contained as time goes by, and that makes me very, very happy, right? That I'm living and inventing my own worlds, and I don't have to rely on external validation or external factors for me to be able to feel satisfied in the work that I'm creating, because just creating it is enough. My life is the real life situation. Like I said, I write from my point of view and my perspective always. I don't think I've ever written anything from this happened and so I must write about it, or sing about it, or whatever the case may be.